You want to feel good about yourself. That's what people want. That's what anybody wants. When it comes to life, I've learned you're struggling in your career, you're struggling getting a job, you're struggling doing this or that. Okay, this is the one thing that will literally solve your life problems is people just want to feel good. That's it. Anything that you do, people want to get a new house, it's because they want to feel better about themselves. They want to feel, that they're in a high, class neighborhood because it makes them feel good about themselves, right? Because happiness is a choice. It's not always how you look. It's not always what you have. It's not always who's around you. It's about how you treat yourself. All you have to do is just help people feel happy. Okay, let's say, for example, you work in finance. Okay, you're dealing with people's livelihood. Okay, that's a really big responsibility. Now, you have somebody that's calling you because you invested in the wrong stocks or the wrong index funds or what have you, and they're calling you, cussing you out, telling you, I told you to invest in this and you chose not to, or for whatever reason you forgot. Okay, your job in that moment is financial counselor, is essentially what you are, and to help them deal with what they're feeling, and then to reaffirm them that you will invest those funds or invest them, into the proper investment options, assuming you're a financial advisor. Maybe you're a doctor. Okay, it's your job to be a healer based off of your training and knowledge. Okay, maybe you are a warehouse associate. You have to stock shelves. Okay, well, it's your job to make sure that the life of your supervisor or your boss is easier because you are doing your job well. You are organized and you are stacking these boxes as high up as you can, and you're organizing it and making a system so that the people, or the next crew, I should say, has an easier job of stocking the shelves. Okay? So anything you do in this life, it's to help other people feel good. Because when people don't feel good, things can go south really quick. It's not about how hard you row in a boat. Okay? It's not about how hard you row. It's about what boat you're in. How hard you are at that workout. It's about how or what kind of workout that you're doing, right? Because if you're just doing like a walking program, but you're not eating right and you're not seeing results, well, honey, something has to change, and that more than likely is your program. Think of it like this. Let's say you had a mentor. You had a mentor that's going to pay you $250,000 a year, every year. And for every day that you have ignorance, for not knowing what you don't know, you're going to pay down your ignorance step until you reach that $250,000 and you run out of money. Okay, but let's say you have the wisdom and the knowledge and you're self-aware of what you don't know. Now you can double that $250,000 to identify what you don't know, because what you don't know is costing you more than what you do know. It's also called ignorance debt. Okay, so it's costing you, let's say you make $50,000 a year, okay, and you want to make, let's just say $100,000. Technically costing you $150,000 a year for not knowing how to make $100,000 a year. So every day that you are alive and awake, you need to figure out how to not pay what you owe for not knowing what you don't know in order to make the $100,000 that year. It's costing you a lot. Like what I mentioned in my previous videos, the cost of doing nothing is greater than the cost of doing something. So you have to at least just do something, because if you sit and do nothing, you're guaranteed failure. But if you do something, you're guaranteed some sort of luck, which I'm going to get into here in a second. Okay, but luck or perhaps opportunities. Volume negates luck. That's right, folks. Volume negates luck. Okay, so if you're feeling like you're behind, okay, you need to do 2 a days. You need to do 3 days. You need to outwork your neighbor or your competition. Maybe you're in sales, right? You need to do twice, 3 times as much as the person next to you. Hard work, but also having strategy and being smart. Working or volume negates luck. So if you're not lucky, things aren't going your way, things are going south, work and be the best worker there is. You're a garbage man, you need to be the best garbage man there ever was. You're a teacher, you need to be the best teacher there ever was. You're a trainer, you need to be the best trainer there ever was. To beat your neighbor and your competition, you need to do more than what they did. You need to do more, you need to do what they do times 10. So if they're making 100 calls, doing sales calls, you need to be doing 300 minimum. Wondering, okay, what does it mean to have strategy? Well, I read this. Strategy is about how you allocate limited resources against unlimited resources. And it's a fancy way of saying prioritizing. Okay, so strategy is essentially how do you prioritize your time to maximize your earnings. Okay, your return on your investment. In the world of fitness, for example, how do you maximize your time to get the most out of your time to get the results that you want? So let's say you really want to grow your biceps, or you really want to grow your back, or you really want to grow your hamstrings, or you really want to grow your calves. Okay, well, you need to strategize and optimize your time when you're in there to make the most out of it. Now, some may say, oh, well, that's majority is genetic. Technically, calves are in a way genetic. Calf muscles, pump those biceps. Everything else technically is perhaps genetic, but don't use that as a reason to not work. Times 10. All right, this is the last thing. You want to feel good? Let me tell you something. Invest in your brain, okay? Because people can take away your money. People can take away your house. People can take away your car. Your wife or your husband can leave you for somebody else, okay? Pray to God that that's the situation. You're in an opposite situation. Right people will not leave you like that, okay? The right people that have integrity and that are honest will stay by your side if they committed to their word of staying with you through life. However, that's a different conversation. No one can take that away from you. If you're making $1 million a year, you're making $100,000 a year. That doesn't matter because anybody can do that. Anybody can do that. But nobody is you, and nobody can outwork you unless you let them. Okay? And education is something no war, no doctor, no government can take away from you. You need to invest in yourself, in your brain, listen to podcasts, watch YouTube videos, write, read, learn, be curious, be inquisitive. Intellect, confidence. Well, confidence comes from having the intellect and having the intelligence to stand on your own 2 feet and to know what you don't know. I graduated, magna cum laude or whatever you want to say. I graduated from Georgetown or American University, and things aren't going my way. It's not always about intelligence. See, this is the kicker. This is where people think, oh, well, let me just be like super smart. Maybe I'll be successful. No, because some of the most successful people are actually not very intelligent. Okay. The beauty or the sweet spot is to be intelligent and make good money. Okay. And have a nice physique and have good health and have family and blah, 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 blah. To be successful in financial terms, okay, to have money, to be well off. Not only about intelligence and intellect, but it's also being somewhat naive and ignorant. Bliss, right? Ignorance is bliss. Is that the saying? Because sometimes when you know everything, it actually hurts you more than it helps you. Because you know everything and therefore you're skeptical to stuff because you know it's not the truth. So of course you're going to be skeptical. It's also called being unsuggestible. You're not a suggestible person. You're difficult to please or difficult to influence or to impress upon. Okay. If you're aware that you're like that, you're aware that you're an intelligent person. You're aware that you have intellect. You're aware that you have that you have discernment. You know how to judge properly. You know how to read between the lines when people are lying to you. Okay. You can use that to your advantage and play dumb when the time is appropriate. It works. You just have to know and read who you're interacting with. And don't let them know everything about you. You gotta sometimes you have to play somewhat dumb and act like you don't know, because then you might actually learn things that you didn't know. That's the power of listening and not talking too much when you're with people. Or with somebody that's making more money than you, that's in a better place than you, that's doing, and listen to what they have to say, because they're doing something that you don't have. So you better learn. Okay, let your ego out the door and say, you know what? I don't like this person, but they're doing better than me, so I'm going to shut up and listen to what they have to say, because I can learn something. Okay, that's what it's about. You want to feel better in your skin? You want to feel good? That's what you have to do. You have to start listening more. Number one, start investing in yourself, in your education. Pay down your ignorance debt. Okay, I can guarantee you're going to feel much better in your skin. Okay, confidence. Confident. Have humility. Okay, getting into the topic of humility. What is it talking about? Being humble versus being arrogant or being confident. Well, folks, what I learned today, humility is not that you are degrading yourself or putting yourself down. Humility is actually lifting others up. Okay, which I'm actually all about. I'm all about lifting one another up. encouraging people, helping people. That's essentially what I do here on my YouTube channel, helping you to believe in yourself. Have humility to know that you don't know everything. I don't know everything, okay? We're all learning every day. Be aware of that. Put your best foot forward. Have a positive attitude and try to do the best that you can with what you have. Also called resourcefulness, okay? And I can guarantee 1,000% that you will feel so much better in your skin. Like the video, because I'm going to do an interview with Jocko Willink someday and Joe Rogan. I'm going to be on the Joe Rogan podcast. You'll see me one day. You will see me.